All right, we're live. Looks like we're live on Facebook and YouTube, so that's good news. I am currently, hi, I'm Mike, and this is General Movement Stretch and Breathe. And I'm currently streaming live on Facebook and YouTube together, and the way that I'm achieving that is through an application that I'm paying for that's called StreamYard. And I really want to get away from StreamYard. Or I like the app, but I really want to get away from paying to multi-stream. Multi-streaming is streaming into two places at once. So Facebook and YouTube at the same time costs me money every month to do this. And the reason that I'm doing it is because I don't have a big following on YouTube yet. And so I'm trying to get all of my Facebook friends to follow me over there. So that when I stream on YouTube, you'll know, and I don't have to stream to YouTube or to Facebook anymore. Honestly, I kind of want to set up a boundary for myself where I'm using Facebook less and less. And by going to YouTube and looking for Ritual Fitcraft and clicking subscribe on my channel, that'll really help me to achieve that goal of backing away from Facebook as a social media platform for just a little bit. I need a break. It's a little too crazy right now, and it's affecting my serenity a little bit. So, and that's part of the reason that I started this class too, is because I feel like right now is just a crazy time, and it's a good thing for us all to get centered, and it's a good thing for us all to breathe and to stretch and just kind of feel our bodies a little bit and to be grounded. And I'm having a real hard time doing that with Facebook as one of my daily chores, you know, to advertise my services and to advertise my classes and myself. I really have to be on there a lot. And so I'm really trying to make the transition to YouTube. So if you're watching this and you follow me on YouTube already, thank you. I appreciate you. If you don't follow me, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I promise I'm going to keep bringing quality content to you. It's going to be just as good as it was on Facebook, but I'm going to be less, it's going to be easier for me because I'll be more centered. That being said, you can also support me via Venmo at Ritual Fitcraft. If you want to slide me a couple of dollars as a donation, I would greatly appreciate that. You can also follow me on Patreon at Ritual Fitcraft too, and I do have a Patreon set up for people who want to support me there. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our class today. Thank you, whoever is watching right now, for getting through all of that. Also, thank you for giving me a little bit of grace with our time starting today. I was having some technical difficulties. I had to restart the broadcast. Okay, so to get centered, your primary tool is always your breath. Your breath is the best way to move energy through your body. Your breath is the best way to change your energy, to change your heart rate, to change the amount of stress and anxiety that you feel. Sometimes I get so stressed out that I can actually feel it crawling up my spine. And so when I'm driving or when I'm like reading something online and I get that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sound in my ears, and I'm like starting to get frustrated or whatever else, like the best thing for me to do is to just take a deep breath. And so let's do some breathing together right now. And I want you to breathe in through your nose, and then you're going to exhale by sighing it out through your mouth. And I'm wearing my headphones today just so that you can all hear me a little bit better. I don't want to yell when I'm doing this class. It's very counterproductive. So I'm trying to keep my voice at a lower tone, and I'm trying to make sure that you guys can still hear me. So if you're having problems hearing me, please let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate that too. So when you breathe in, I want you to really focus. Put your hands right here on your belly. And I really want you to focus on belly breathing. I'm going to get myself a yoga block to sit on. If you need something to sit on, like a meditation cushion or a yoga block, go ahead and grab that real quick. I've got one right here, so I won't be going far. Bam. There we go, little yoga block. I'm going to plop my butt right down on it. I'm going to cross my legs. This will help you to keep your posture upright. See this nice upright posture that I'm able to to maintain, just because it's better for my hips. It's a little easier to manage. So tall spine. You want to sit up nice and tall as you can. Really, really focus on keeping that spine straight. You want your chin slightly tucked. I like to put my hands on my knees, but maybe you'd be more comfortable with your hands in your lap. Wherever you want to put your hands is fine, as long as they're at rest, and you should be at rest. And for this, I do this in a place where I feel safe and comfortable, and so it feels really good for me to close my eyes while I do this. And if you feel safe and comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and do so. And I really just want you to focus on your breathing. So feel the air that rushes in your nose and down your throat, expanding the belly, expanding the chest out at the end, and then exhaling it all out. Just sigh it all out. Again, big breath in through the nose. Exhale and sigh it all out. With every breath in, I really want you to concentrate on that cold spot that you feel. And really expanding the belly, using your muscles to pull your belly out as you inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to blow it further and further out for a longer and longer period of time with every exhalation. Let's do 5 more deep breaths together. I'm not going to do any more cueing, so just go ahead and make sure that you're breathing. Big breath in through the nose. All right. Okay. So breathing is really, really good. It feels good to do it. And the more that you practice this, the better that you get at it. And you'll come to a point when you'll start to feel, if you practice breathing and meditation a lot, you'll come to a point where you're feeling stressed out, and you'll be able to just stop and take a deep breath like that, and you'll feel everything die down a little bit. It's like turning down the volume on something that's stressful. Like when you're driving in the car, am I the only person that has to turn down the volume in the car when I'm backing out of places sometimes so I can concentrate? Like, it's like that. You're turning down the volume just a little bit on everything around you so that you can concentrate, so that you can focus. And it's really, really good. Breathing is also an important part of your movement, especially this belly breathing. It really, really helps you to have a strong diaphragm. It helps your pelvic floor, which is really super important to have pelvic floor health. If your pelvic floor is dysfunctional, you may have issues with incontinence. If you have a weak pelvic floor, you may have really bad back problems. You may have hip issues. There's all kinds of things that are affected by the strength of your pelvic floor. So the first way to really practice working on that is to practice belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, and that'll go so far in helping those other issues. Strength in this region is a real important thing. So now that we've gotten the breathing started, you want to use those muscles. Those are your core muscles as well. You're also when you're focusing on your breathing, you're also helping your rib cage expand and contract like this. And this fluid mobility of your rib cage is really super important for your health as well. If your rib cage doesn't move real well, you're going to have more trouble breathing. You're also going to have issues with your shoulders and probably your back too. So if you have back pain, the first two things to really look at are your pelvic health in general. You know, strengthen your pelvic floor, strengthen your hips, strengthen your glutes, core control, and your ability to really move your thoracic spine. Those are all things that you should address right away if you have back pain. Don't run off and get surgery and get caught up. Like, strengthen things up first, and it'll go a long way in making sure that you're healthy for a long time and that you don't have to ever have surgery. You don't want to break the seal unless it's absolutely necessary. That should be like last resort. There's always things that you can do to strengthen and to change how your body moves that will get you out of pain. And it's much less expensive than surgery and a better bang for your buck in the long run too. That being said, I'm going to stop harping on about that. Let's go ahead and do a little more movement exercises geared towards the thoracic spine. I want to take you through an exercise that I give all my yogis in my kettlebells for yogas class, kettlebells for yogis class. And basically what you want to do with this exercise, you want to start in quadruped position, just like this. Oh, it's really weird, doesn't it? Here. I don't know, I can't look at the camera either way. All right, just like so, quadruped position, okay? You want to tense your fingers out on the side of your head, just like this. You want to take a half a breath in. Exhale, bring your elbow through this hole right here and wring all that breath out. So, and then when you inhale, you want to sit back all the way. You see how I shifted my weight back into my hips? Sit back, open up, pull the elbow to the ceiling, breathe in. I'm looking at my elbow. Oh, I just crunched and it felt great. Exhale, come forward, wring it out. There's one. Sit back, open up, inhale. There's two. There's three. You see this great big range of motion? That's what we're after. Here's four. Oh, I crunched again. It felt great. There's five. The reason for sitting back like this is it forces, it freezes your lumbar spine. So all of the movement that I make when I'm sitting back like this is coming from my thoracic spine, okay? Otherwise, you could be doing this. This is all lumbar. This isn't what you want, okay? You really want to sit back and then open up, and that's going to force your spine from the floating ribs, like right about here, up to your neck. That's going to force that to move, and that's exactly what we're after. So same thing this side. Squeeze all the air out. Sit back, open up, breathe in. Squeeze all the air out. Ooh, crunch. And back to quadruped position. How does that feel? Feels really darn good for me. I really love that exercise, man. That feels great. Let's go ahead and follow that up. A really appropriate exercise to follow that up with is the little cat-cow. So big Halloween kitty back. Scrunch up. And then other direction. I'm lengthening my spine. I'm looking up with a nice long neck, arching my back, taking it all out and doing a Halloween kitty in the other direction. Breath in, exhale. I'm going to do 2 more of those. Ready? Exhale. Breath in. And there's number 2. All right, back to quadruped again. This time, I want you, can you see this? Let me scoot over. This time, I want you in quadruped position like so. You're going to reach this hand through, and come down on the shoulder. And then I'm taking this hand flat to the ground. I'm taking this hand flat to the ground. Just push it. And I'm trying to turn with every breath. I'm going to take a big deep breath in here. And then I'm going to exhale and push this hand and this hand into the ground. Try to rotate my body. And that's a lot of upper back and shoulder stretch. And if you're following along with this class, this is actually the first one that I've done because I had some technical difficulties last week. But I designed this class to be appropriate for all populations. So if you are dealing with chronic pain or fibromyalgia, fatigue, you know, all kinds of different issues like that, you should, my goal is for you to still be comfortable doing this class because it should help with all those other issues. It should help to alleviate some of the discomfort just to get the body moving. All right. So, yeah, just like so, hand down here, and you're just pulling and stretching. We already did this side. I just want to move that camera a little bit so you can see. So we're just going to reproduce what we did on this side. So quadruped position, take the hand and just reach it through this hole until your shoulder's flat on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see this because I can't see you, but I'm going to assume you can see this really well. I'm going to take breaths in and then exhale and squeeze. Push it into the floor. I'm going to do 3 of those. That was number 1. Oh, that feels nice. That's good. All right. And that is a pretty darn good shoulder stretch. Now, I need to raise this camera up a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. I need a cameraman. All right. Next, I guess you could do this seated. No, let's stand up for this. Let's stand. Stand up with me at home. And I don't know. There we go. All right. So here's the dealio. Thumbs up. Okay, just like so. Hands by your sides. This is I. We're making letters. I. See how I'm trying to reach kind of behind myself? I've got really good shoulder mobility. So you might not be this mobile, and that's okay. If you continue to work at this stuff, you will be even more mobile than I am and even stronger. Just practice. But I have pretty good shoulder mobility. So if you can't get real far behind yourself like I can, that's okay. So this is I. You see the shape is like an I, right? And then Y. So for Y, you're going to stick your thumbs out over your shoulders. Okay? See this Y shape? Like Y, it's not a T, it's a Y. Okay? So Y, thumbs up, and then back down. T starts right here. And then you open, oh shit, I don't have enough room. T. Let's just do that 3. 1, 2, 3. W starts with your elbows, your forearms together like so. Arms are at 90. You see this? Open up. And it's really not ideally lit in here. Bum, bum, bum. All right, I'm back. So one more time. I. Nice. Oh, I'm crunching and popping a little bit. That's okay, as long as it doesn't hurt. Y. T. W. That's good. All right, let's do one more. I. Here's Y. T. And there's W. Okay. This is just to warm up your shoulders and your upper back. You're probably feeling that after just 3 or 4, however many we did of those, 3 or 4. You're probably feeling that in your back. I feel it in my back just from that. Like, it's enough to really get you good and warmed up. And it's a real good exercise to do if you spend a lot of time, you know, like this at your computer. It'll really, really help to pull you out of this internally rotated position into this, chest out, shoulders back, scapula down behind your behind your body. And that's the position that you really want to stand in the majority of the time. So if you find yourself doing this, really work to pull yourself. See, find yourself doing this. I used to do this constantly, so this feels like second nature to me. You really have to just kind of focus on pulling yourself up into neutral. And that'll go a long way in resolving pain and making you feel better in your body as well. All right, so we have done lots of upper body warm-ups. I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of grip work. Get your forearms nice and warmed up. Just join me in doing this, okay? Just open and closing the hands. Open and closing, and then I want you to slowly walk a mountain. And this is a pretty intense exercise, all right? I know this is a gentle movement class, but this one is a little intense, but it's good. If you have carpal tunnel or you have other issues with your wrists, wrist pain in chaturanga, wrist pain in chaturanga or in your push-ups, I mean, this is a real good exercise to do. Kind of in the way still. It's a real good exercise for all those things. Keep going like this. Warm them up. Open and close. I'm really squeezing fists. I'm making hard fists, and I'm blowing it open. Fists and open. Fist and open. Just keep going. I know it's probably starting to burn already, and that's good. That's what we want. The muscle center in your forearms are really resilient, and we should, you know, in a perfect world, you're able to do this movement thousands of times a day with no problem, you know, all day long, you know. Hands are made for grasping. So do this as much as you can tolerate. It's going to start to burn, and that's okay. Take a break, shake it out. I'm going to show you guys some really cool stuff today, some self-massage stuff. Go ahead and take your hand palm up, just like so. Spread your fingers a little bit and just pull your fingers back towards your elbow. Ooh, that's intense. Yeah, after that squeeze, that feels really good. You're more flexible when you're exhaling. That's when your nervous system is trying to relax. So take a big breath in. If it hurts, especially, find that spot where it's like just a little uncomfortable, but you think you can ride it out. Take a big breath in. And then exhale. Take a few breaths like that. And you might find that what happens is that you become a little more mobile after a few of those. When we exhale, it's our manual control of our nervous system telling it to relax. That exhalation is when things are trying to spread and let go a little bit. And so it's a good stretching method. Woo, man, that was a lot. I'm going to shake that out. Woo, man, that was a lot. Overdid it a little bit. Don't do that. Listen to your body. I was listening to my body. It was okay. It was intense. It was a long time to hold that. Same thing on this other side, okay? Palm up, fingers spread, and take the other hand and just really pull. Pull your pinky, pull all your fingers back towards your elbow as much as you can here. Remember to breathe. Remember that the stretch comes with your breath. The relaxation comes with your breath. You're telling your body by slowing your breath down, taking it out of this to you're telling your nervous system that everything is okay. You're telling your nervous system that it doesn't have to be in, fight or flight mode. It can be in a more relaxed state. And that makes the stretching better. All right. Cool. Adjusting the camera. And here's the next little bit of wonderful goodness. Oh man, I gotta move that because of my banner. My banner's in the way. So the next little bit of fantastic goodness that I'm going to give you for those hands and forearms is this. You want to get into split squat position. You see how my top leg is 90, my bottom leg is 90, the rear leg is 90 degrees all the way around. Cool? Put your elbow through. You can go up to your elbow here, or you can go just at your wrist. Either way works great. I'm going to go up to my elbow, and I'm pushing my weight into, oh, that's intense. I'm putting all my weight on that. And my yogi friends don't like when I use language like this, but I really want you to crush your forearm. Really, really press into it. Laura, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but it's so good. Crushing the forearm is good. Really, really putting a lot of weight, all your body weight, like really get on that. And that might cause your hand to open a little bit, or it might cause it to close. I want you to intentionally open and close it now. Okay, really open, pull it open, crush it, close, do some circles. Ooh, other direction. Yeah, let's do the other one. Same thing, split squat, arm goes through. I'm gonna go all the way up to my elbow. And I'm pushing all my weight, pushing the weight forward. If you guys are doing this at home, you're welcome. This is so good. Oh, crunch. Working on that forearm, wrist, making some circles, opening and closing, circles in the other direction. Oh, yeah, shake it out, both of them. That's really good. I like that a lot. Here's another trick. It's apparently upper body day. Everything that I want to do feels like it should be my upper body today. So we're just going to go with it. So here's another cool trick. You can put your forearm palm up on a table or a bench or a chair, or you can use a yoga block on yourself like I am here. Necessity is the mother of invention. And palm up, okay? And what you want to do is just take the elbow and dig that elbow right here into this spot. And you're going to feel probably some tension in there, and that's okay. Ooh. Just work down this way. Actually, I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know if you can see it on my tattoo, but I got a couple of bones tattooed here. Now, I'll have to show you in person when I see you. But the reason that your arm is up like this is because you have two bones that run like this down your body, down your arm. And when you rotate your arm, those bones cross over each other like this, okay? They're normally like this if you're palm up, but if you rotate your palm, it makes them cross over each other. So if we're going to dig our elbow into that groove, we don't want it to be crossed. We want it to be like this. So that's what you do. You take the surface, you put your elbow here, dig it into that groove. Listen to your body, okay? If this is really intense. I'm not going to lie to you. But if it feels like it's too much pain for you to tolerate, you feel like your whole nervous system is like clenching up as a result, and you can't relax, then don't do this. Be gentle with yourself. This is the point. This is a real good to help you to reduce some of that tension. So I'm just taking that elbow, and I like to go nice and slow, but you can go faster too. Either way is equally valid. See, a little faster is great. Man, it's super intense. So this is just called mobility work. It's mobility and tissue maintenance. Same thing on the other arm, okay? Palm up, taking the elbow, the pointy part, we're just kind of pushing it down into this crevice in between the bones, and then pulling it out. Pulling it out. Oh. Really, oh man, that's pretty intense on that side too. Here I'm breathing too. I'm taking a big breath in, and then I'm blowing it out, and blowing it out. That's really good stuff. Oh man. All right. So I have to check out Facebook real quick because StreamYard is telling me that Facebook is not giving me any messages. So how does that feel, guys? I hope that feels really good. Go ahead and take a second and grab a sip of water if you need to, or just return to a seated position and continue to breathe. Yeah. Oh, funny. Okay. Well, I did have a comment on Facebook, but it's not really. I can't share it. Normally, because of this cool app I'm using, I could pop the comments up on screen, but it's not working. You guys can go check my comments. It's pretty funny. I should make my own app with blackjack and stuff, I guess. It's funny. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and, oh man, you know what? I feel real good. Let's do some internal and external rotations. So let's talk about shoulder health, okay? This is internal rotation. I'm rotating. See, this is a neutral position. You guys are going to learn anatomical language today. Neutral position, okay? This is pronated. This is supinated. Pronated is internally rotated. See that? Internal means it's coming in towards my center line. Externally rotated is like this. I'm rotating out away from my center line toward my lateral line. So this is a real good way. If you guys get like tension headaches, you know, those headaches that kind of start right back here behind your ear, and maybe they crawl up into the back of your head, or they run down into your neck and it's just like crazy painful, and maybe it hurts shoulders and all kinds of other stuff too. If you get that a lot, back health, back strength is a big component of that. Learning how to turn off your traps. This thing that we do, like where we get all like this. I bet you do this, you don't even realize it. When I'm typing, when I'm stressed, it's just a nervous response. If you have had trauma in your life, it's a protective stance, right? So getting out of this, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears, turning off your traps. It might take a lot of practice. It might take a lot of training other planes of movements and other muscles to get you to let go of these. But it'll make a huge difference in how you feel. So that being said, this internal and external rotation, actually, I'm going to stand up and do this. And I want you to stand up and do it too, because this, if you get those tension headaches like I talked about, this is a real good way. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. You see this? Internally rotate, externally rotate. I'm sticking my chest out. Oh, that's good. Now, shoulders. So I want you to bring your shoulders up and around. So backward, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do the seated too. 7, 8, 9. Real big circles. 10, 11, and 12. Turn your head from side to side a little bit. Just kind of explore anything going on in there. Now forward. Ready? 1. Ooh, I'm crunching and popping. I don't think you can hear it. 3. I can hear it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and there's 12. Now, you take this hand, put it behind your back, take this hand, put it on the side of your head, and very gently pull and explore. What you're doing is you're stretching this right here, levator, scapula, and a couple of other things through here, and you're just gently, with your breath, breathing in and then releasing. Just letting the muscles and the nervous system release and relax. I'm not pulling hard on my neck, I'm just kind of pulling on it a little bit, letting everything just chill and relax. And then same thing on the other side. Some breath. I put this arm behind my back, take this hand on the side of my head. Nice big breath in, expanding my belly. And then I just gently pull, stretch, kind of melt. I just melt into that. And you'll feel the places where you have tension, and you're not going to get it all out of there today. You know, you have to be okay in knowing that it's going to take work, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take devotion. But you'll eventually be able to get all that out, and your back will feel like $1 trillion. Your head and your neck and your shoulders, everything will feel great. It just takes time, and it takes practice. You know, just like cooking or playing an instrument or anything else that we do. Movement and exercise is a skill, and listening to your body and being connected to your nervous system in your body is a skill. And you know, we get good at the things that we practice. So I really recommend, this class is great. I do a kettlebell for yogis class on Thursdays. It's fantastic. That's one of my favorite classes to teach. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a class called Movement Meditation Magic, which is real similar to this, but we do a little bit more magic specific. I'm talking about the nervous system still. We're talking about your brain. We're talking about getting you to a calm state. Wednesday, I do a class called Centered Core and Glutes, where we're meditating and breathing and getting into a calm state, and then we're exercising. It's kind of my thing. It works really well. You should do it. All right, so my neck feels really good. So just explore a little bit. Do some intuitive movement. Turn your neck around. Go counterclockwise, great big circles. Feel around in there. See if anything feels weird or crunches or pops. Switch directions. Take your time. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to go slow. Just do what feels. Listen to your body and do what feels like the next right thing to do. All right. Yeah, my neck and my head feel pretty okay. Everything's good and warmed up. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do some tricep stretching. I feel like this is a good time for that for some reason. Maybe I'm just tight. I'm listening to my body. So put your hand up here. You want to try to walk the hand down your back. You see this? Like so. I try to get my hand into the middle of my back. And I'm just going to grab the other arm and pull a little further. And I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths here. And you see how I'm not wrenching on my head? I'm not touching my head at all. 3 deep breaths. Oh, nice. All right. Same thing on this side. I'm just walking my hand back in between, and then I'm pulling on it with the other hand to get that stretch. Nice deep breaths, 3 of them. Just trying to melt into that stretch. That's good. All right. We are 42 and a half minutes in. So if you guys are still watching at 42 and a half minutes in, you're doing more stretching and moving than the majority of people do probably every week. Stretching is something that we don't really prioritize as a culture, and strength and flexibility go hand in hand. So if you find that you're inflexible, you're probably also weak in some spots, and your body has created that inflexibility to keep you stable. Sad truth, but that's usually how it works. That being said, if you're hyper flexible and you can't stabilize, that's no good either. You really want to strengthen to balance that out. Once again, potential for injury, potential for pain, like all kinds of different things that can affect you. All right, man, I feel like that's a pretty good spot to stop for the day, actually. I don't think this class needs to be an hour. If I'm calling it gentle movement, an hour is quite a lot. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one short, but I think next week I want to do lower body, since I did so much upper body and thoracic spine focus today. I would really appreciate it if you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not already done so. Share it with your friends. Share this post with your friends. Let them know that I'm doing really cool, unique stuff, and that I need your support. As you all know, the COVID thing hits everybody hard, and since the majority of my work happens in person, it's hit me hard as well. So your support right now really means a lot. You can shoot me over some cash at Venmo. My Venmo is Ritual Fitcraft, and you could also support me on Patreon at Ritual Fitcraft. And once again, I'm trying to get away from Facebook, so if you guys can shoot me some love over on YouTube, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and comment on my videos and like them and help me to get a little bit of traffic there, that would go a real long way in helping me to stay centered too. Thanks very much for watching. I hope that you're all having a fantastic Sunday. And I will see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Movement Meditation Magic. Have a great day.